Coming up on Sports Tavern Talk, this week's power rankings have changed up big time, and a new national holiday has been introduced in the NFL. All that and more, starting now. Welcome to Sports Tavern Talk. I'm your host, Elijah Loyola. We are now approaching the middle of the NFL season, where things are now starting to shape up for the bigger picture once the NFL postseason has arrived. From Week 7, there were pretty much dominant wins across the board, but there were some close ones, so let's get to it. Heading out to Paycor Stadium, we got the Steelers and the Bengals. Starting out in the fourth quarter, Joe Flacco will make a quick pass to tight end Noah Fant over the middle, and Cincinnati grabs another touchdown as they extend their lead to 10 points. As Pittsburgh looks back to respond, Aaron Rodgers tosses the running back Jaylen Warren to the right side and bursts free for a huge gain as he gets shoved out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. Warren finished with 127 yards on the ground against the Bengals. Later in the drive, Rodgers throws a screen pass to tight end Pat Freiermuth as he's able to break away from tackles and get the first down near the 15, which later sets up a touchdown to the big tight end Darnell Washington, making it a one-score game. Jumping ahead late in the quarter, down by 6, Rodgers avoids the sacks and takes a shot downfield as he finds Freiermuth at the 35, and no one is going to catch him as he scores the go-ahead touchdown to put the Steelers up by 1. Flacco makes his way onto the field with probably one chance left to win the game, and he starts by finding wide receiver Jamar Chase for the first down as he's brought down near the 45. On the next play, he finds Chase again all alone as he spins his way out of bounds, making that his 16th catch of the game to go along with 161 yards and a score. With a second down in play, Flacco throws a deep ball down the sideline to T. Higgins as he makes the catch and slides at the 6-yard line. The Bengals manage to waste Pittsburgh's timeouts and scores the go-ahead field goal in the waning seconds. But it's not over yet. Aaron Rodgers still has time to make one last shot to win the game. With only 3 seconds left on the clock, Rodgers buys enough time for everyone to go downfield for a Hail Mary attempt, and he throws it deep into the end zone, and it's knocked down and incomplete, with the Cincinnati Bengals winning a thriller with a final score of 33-31. Switching to Empower Field at Mile High, we have the Giants and the Broncos. Starting off in the fourth quarter, we got a deflection that was caught for a touchdown by the Broncos. Before the score, they were losing 19-0 against the Giants, needing that score in order to get back into the game, thanks to Troy Franklin making the catch in the back corner of the end zone. After the score, Jackson Dart hands it off to Cam Scatterbo, who has been a sensational player to watch as he makes his way inside the 35 for a first down. On a third and long, the Giants said, "You know what? You got a crazy deflection? I'll do you one better," as Theo Johnson caught the ball intended for Wan'Dale Robinson as he takes this one to the house, extending the lead for New York. Jumping ahead with 5 minutes left, Bo Nix fakes the handoff and decides to take it himself as Denver gets another touchdown, hoping to rally to make a fourth quarter comeback. On the next drive for the Giants, Dart steps back and makes a bad throw on third down as it gets intercepted by linebacker Justin Strnad as he breaks tackles and gets inside the 20. Setting up on second and goal, Nix, with pressure in his face, throws it up for rookie RJ Harvey as he scores Denver's third touchdown of the quarter and have now made it a one-score game. Right before the 2-minute warning, Nix steps back, uncorks a deep ball, and Marvin Mims Jr. comes down with the catch, putting them in field goal range. Next play, Nix throws an underneath pass to tight end Evan Ingram, who somehow stays inbounds and gets the first down inside the 20 at the 2-minute warning. As Denver inches closer for the score, Nix decides to keep it himself and get some blocks downfield as he's going to walk into the end zone and take it for the touchdown. Nix is the first player all-time in NFL history to score 2 passing and 2 rushing touchdowns in the fourth quarter. With this being the last chance for New York, they decide to go for it on 4th down, and Dart steps up to find Robinson as he's able to pick up the first down by just inches. However, a flag was thrown on the field and the call was against Broncos defensive lineman John Franklin Myers for roughing the passer, adding 15 more yards to the play. With less than a minute to go, Dart was able to keep the ball, reach over the goal line, and score, thinking he did, but he was ruled short. However, upon further review, the Dart was able to reach over the goal line before his knee dropped, giving the touchdown to the Giants. The Giants were on the field setting up to kick the extra point, but it goes wide right and no good, giving Denver a chance to win the game. This is like the last drive for Denver as Nix drops back, throws deep over the middle, and Mims comes down with another catch near midfield. 18 seconds left. Nix again drops back and finds Cortland Sutton at the 20-yard line. They don't have timeouts, but Denver was able to spike the ball with time on the clock. With only 2 seconds left, Will Lutz comes onto the field to try a 39-yard field goal to win the game, and it goes right down the middle as Denver completes a wild comeback, scoring 33 points in the fourth quarter to win with a final score of 33-32. So far as of now, we have 9 teams that have 5 wins or more this season. Teams like the Rams, Eagles, and Patriots all had strong wins and are looking to be in top form. The Jets continue to be winless, and the Panthers finally have a winning record this season for the first time in almost 8 years, albeit any point of a season. The Colts continue to showcase their strength to the league as the only 6-win team, and the playoff pictures might be looking different than we expected. During the matchup between the Atlanta Falcons and the San Francisco 49ers, a new national holiday in the NFL was introduced: National Running Backs Day. There was already one for the tight ends, which is happening soon during Week 8. So for the inaugural weekend of the holiday, I will showcase performances of running backs who performed well in Week 7. Starting off with the game that brought this holiday upon the league, we'll start off with Christian McCaffrey. This year is probably McCaffrey's healthiest season of his career. He has done so much for the 49ers offense despite the multiple injuries, and he was the key player in their win over the Falcons. CMC had over 200 total yards of offense while scoring twice on the ground. This was the best he ever looked so far. He's rushed over 100 yards for the first time since 2023. He also led the team in receiving with 7 catches for 72 yards. What is crazy about his performance is that McCaffrey had more rushing yards than all others on both teams combined, led all players on both teams in receiving yards, and scored more points than the entire opposing team. No other player in the Super Bowl era has done all of that in the same game. We head over to Chicago, where not one but 2 running backs had great games, and that both of them were on the same team. We'll start off with RB1 DeAndre Swift. Swift had 19 carries for 124 yards and a touchdown, while averaging 6.5 yards per carry. It was an impressive show where the Saints defense could not stop the run, where they did handle the air attack well, but there was another running back they couldn't slow down as well, and that was the rookie Kyle Monangai. He made the most out of his 13 carries for 81 yards, averaging almost over 6 yards per carry, and getting his first score on the season. Whether it be rain, sunshine, or wind gusts of going 50 to 60 miles an hour, Quinshon Judkins does not care. In a game where there hasn't been two left-handed QBs facing off since 2006, the story of the matchup didn't go to them, rather it was the Browns' defensive performance and the rookie running back. Judkins ran 25 times for 85 yards and 3 touchdowns on the day. He probably could have ran the entire game, seeing that throwing the ball wasn't a good idea in that weather. I feel like I might be saying his name one too many times, but I won't stop until he has a bad game. Jonathan Taylor has been electric this season. In a big time matchup with the Los Angeles Chargers, he rushed for 94 yards on the ground, scoring 3 times, while also adding 38 yards through the air. This is the 3rd time this year that Taylor has scored 3 touchdowns in a game, and his latest one puts Indy as the team to beat in the league with 6 wins on the year. When the Cowboys signed Javonte Williams, I didn't think he was going to be this good in a Cowboys uniform. In their blowout win over the Commanders, Williams rushed for 116 yards and a touchdown on 19 carries. This marks the 2nd time in 3 weeks that he has rushed over for 100 yards and scored a touchdown. People might need to keep an eye on Dallas as the NFC is tight and anything could happen to anyone. I need to give a shout out to Ramondre Stevenson, who had a nice bounce back game for the Patriots. He had some trouble fumbling the ball earlier this season, but he instead had 18 carries for 88 yards and a touchdown. He was running through the Titans defense and made the right plays. Hopefully this is the good thing to keep up as he sits at the Patriots RB1 and New England at the top of the division, with Buffalo losing and on a bye week. Josh Jacobs is another running back to highlight from this past weekend. He didn't blow up the stat sheet like the others, but he had 55 yards and scored twice, the 2nd time being the go-ahead score after the 2-minute warning in the 4th quarter. This is also the 3rd time this season he has scored 2 touchdowns in a game. Jacobs has been a reliable option for Jordan Love and the Packers offense. I know Jaylen Warren didn't play Sunday and the Steelers lost to the Bengals, but he played great. He had 158 total yards for the Steelers offense while averaging almost 8 yards per carry. Warren also provided great physicality for great pass protection for Aaron Rodgers. And the latest running back to join the list is Jahmyr Gibbs. Saying goes for him as well as the case of not playing on Sunday, but he had to be added with what he did on Monday night. He had over 200 total yards and scored twice, both on the ground. Anytime he touched the ball, it was almost a big play. Gibbs was the instrumental piece on Detroit's offense that put a staple on a huge win over the Buccaneers, considering playoff seeding and division placement. Because of so many dominant wins in Week 7, we're going to take a look and see how the power rankings are, and man, do they look different. Very little change up here in the bottom half of the rankings, but to keep it brief, the Ravens fall further down to number 26 and need to find a way to bounce back quickly and soon. Dallas and Carolina both move up, while Washington, Houston, and Atlanta fall down. As for the top half, things are starting to change. The Bears make a debut at number 16, and the Patriots now sit at number 12, awaiting their chance to make the top 10. Speaking of which, Kansas City has made their way after shutting out the Raiders. As for the rest, Tampa took a serious fall after their loss to Detroit, who reclaims the number 1 spot. However, teams like the Eagles and the Colts are catching up and might take that top spot soon. That's all for today. Tune in for another episode of Sports Tavern Talk. For more news and highlights, make sure to follow me on Instagram, YouTube, and X. And as always, I will see you next time.